My name is Mark, and yesterday was a very bad day. I woke up with a sharp pain in my right shoulder. It felt very stiff, and I could not move my arm. I tried to drink some hot tea, but it did not help. The pain was getting stronger with every small movement. I decided to call the city clinic for an appointment. My friend told me about a very good doctor named Elena. I arrived at the hospital at 10 o'clock in the morning. The waiting room was very quiet and had blue walls. I sat on a plastic chair and waited for my name. My Pixar-style face looked very tired and a bit pale. I wore my favorite green shirt, but I felt uncomfortable. Finally, a nurse called me to go into room number 5. Dr. Elena was there, wearing a clean white lab coat. She had kind blue eyes and very elegant metal glasses. She looked at me and asked me to sit down slowly. I told her that my shoulder was hurting a lot today. Elena listened to me with great attention and care. She asked me when the pain started in the morning. I explained that I felt it after a long gym session. Maybe I lifted something too heavy for my weak muscles. Dr. Elena nodded and wrote some notes on her desk. She was very professional and made me feel safe. A hospital can be a scary place, but not with her. My black curly hair was a bit messy from the stress. I felt a bit nervous about the possible medical news. Elena told me not to worry because we are a team. She wanted to do a full examination of my sore arm. I stood up and followed her to the medical bed. The room was full of light and smelled like lemon soap. I showed her exactly where the pain was the strongest. It was near the joint and down to my elbow too. Elena touched the area very gently with her warm hands. I flinched a little because the skin was very sensitive. She apologized and asked me to take a deep breath. Deep breathing helps to relax the body and the mind. I felt a bit better after 3 long, slow breaths. We were ready to find a reason for my problem. The first part of my visit was finished very quickly. I was glad to be in the hands of a professional. Dr. Elena asked me to take off my green shirt. I sat on the tall medical bed in the center. She took a cold stethoscope to listen to my heart. My heart was beating fast because I was still anxious. "Everything sounds perfect, Mark," she said with a smile. Then she checked my temperature with a digital thermometer. My temperature was normal, which was very good news. She asked me to move my arm up and then down. I could only move it a little bit before the pain. "Where does it hurt exactly?" she asked me again. I pointed to the middle of my back and my neck. The pain was moving from the shoulder to the spine. Elena checked my reflexes with a small rubber hammer. My leg jumped a little, and she said that was great. She was checking if my nerves were working correctly. The office was very modern with many metal tools. I saw my reflection in the window, a worried Pixar man. Elena's lab coat was very white and very soft. She told me to stay still for a few more minutes. She was looking for any swelling or red spots. My skin looked normal, but the muscle felt very hard. "It is a very strong muscle spasm," Elena explained. I didn't know that a spasm could hurt so much. She asked if I had this pain in the past year. I told her that I usually feel fine and healthy. I work in an office, so I sit for many hours. Sitting for a long time can be bad for the back. Elena agreed and said that posture is very important. She gave me some water to help me stay hydrated. Water is important for the muscles and the joints. I drank the whole glass and felt a bit more calm. Elena's glasses caught the light from the ceiling lamp. She was very focused on finding the right solution. I felt that she really wanted to help me feel better. She decided that we needed to see the bones inside. "We should take an x-ray of your shoulder," she said. I was a bit surprised, but I agreed with her idea. It is better to be sure about the health of bones. We walked together to the next room for the test. The second scene of my hospital story was over. We entered a special room with a large gray machine. Elena asked me to stand against a flat whiteboard. She went behind a glass wall to operate the x-ray. I had to stay very still and not breathe for a second. "Beep," the machine said, and the test was done. I put my green shirt back on and waited for her. Elena came back and led me to her office again. She sat down and opened her digital tablet slowly. "Mark, I need to ask you some personal questions," she said. She asked about my diet and my daily sleep routine. I told her that I eat a lot of fruit and salad, but I also told her that I only sleep 5 hours. Elena looked at me with a very serious expression. "Sleep is when the body repairs the muscles," she said. "Without sleep, the body stays tired and very weak." I realized that my lifestyle was not perfect at all. She asked if I feel stressed during my workday. I admitted that I have many deadlines and a lot of work. Stress can make muscles very tight and cause pain. We looked at the screen together to see my x-ray. The image showed my bones in a bright blue color. My shoulder joint looked fine, with no broken parts. This was a very big relief for me and my mind. "Your bones are healthy, but your muscles are angry," she joked. We both laughed, and the atmosphere became much lighter. Elena explained that I need to rest for a few days. No gym, no heavy lifting, and no long office hours. I needed to listen to my body and its quiet signals. I asked her if I needed a surgery or a hospital stay. "No, Mark, we can treat this with medicine and exercise." She was very encouraging and full of positive spirit. I felt a lot of hope for a fast and easy recovery. She started to write a prescription for some cream. I asked her about the best exercises for my back. She promised to show me some later in the session. I felt lucky to have such a smart doctor today. My Pixar-style eyes were now full of happy light. The pain was still there, but I knew the reason. Knowing the problem is the first step to the cure. We were ready for the next part of the treatment. Elena looked at the x-ray image for a long time. She pointed to the area where the neck meets the spine. "You have a little tension here from your computer work." I saw a small curve that looked a bit strange to me. She explained that I need a better chair for my office. A good chair supports the back and reduces the pain. I took notes on my phone about her helpful advice. She also checked the blood test results for my file. My vitamins were a little low, especially vitamin D. Vitamin D is important for the bones and the mood. She suggested that I spend more time in the sun. I told her that I usually stay inside my dark office. Elena smiled and told me to walk in the park daily. Nature is a great medicine for the body and soul. Her voice was very calm and had a nice rhythm. I felt that I was learning a lot about my own body. I was a Pixar character learning to be healthy again. She finished her analysis and closed the medical tablet. "We have a clear plan for your shoulder, Mark." I felt very satisfied with her detailed explanation. Most doctors are in a hurry, but Elena was patient. She asked if I had any more questions for her now. I asked about the type of pillow I should use at night. She recommended a firm pillow to support my neck. My green shirt felt a bit loose because I was relaxed. The clinic was very quiet during the lunch hour. I saw a small plant on her desk with green leaves. Everything in the room felt very clean and very fresh. Elena stood up and invited me to the therapy room. "Let's try some light movements to release the tension." I was a bit afraid of the pain during the movement, but I trusted her and I followed her down the hall. She walked with a confident and very graceful step. I felt that my journey to health was starting well. The walls of the hall had many beautiful health posters. I read a poster about the benefits of daily stretching. Stretching makes the body flexible and very young. I want to be flexible and full of energy again. We reached the therapy room, which was very large. The fourth scene of my medical story was complete. Before we started the exercises, Elena gave me a pill. It was a small white pill to reduce the inflammation. Inflammation is why the muscle feels hot and painful. I swallowed the pill with a big gulp of fresh water. She also gave me a tube of cooling blue cream. "Apply this cream twice a day to your shoulder," she said. The cream smelled like menthol and very fresh herbs. I felt the cooling effect on my skin immediately. It felt like a small piece of ice on a hot summer day. Elena showed me the box of the medicine very clearly. She explained that I must take it after my breakfast. Taking medicine on an empty stomach can be quite bad. I promised to follow her instructions very carefully. She was like a teacher giving a very important lesson. My Pixar-style face was focused and very serious. I wanted to get well and return to my normal life. Elena wrote down the names of the medicine on a paper. Her handwriting was very neat and easy to read. This is rare for a doctor, and I was very grateful. She also gave me a small bottle of vitamin D drops. 5 drops every morning will make you feel strong. I put the medicine in my pocket to keep it safe. We talked about the importance of finishing the course. Many people stop taking pills when they feel a bit better, but the inflammation can return if you are not careful. I understood her point, and I nodded my curly head. The sun was shining on the metal cabinets in the room. The light was very bright and made me feel optimistic. Elena checked the time on her silver wristwatch. We had 15 minutes left for our medical session. I felt that every minute was very valuable for me. She asked if I had any allergies to any medicines. I told her that I'm only allergic to some flowers. That is fine. These pills are safe for you, she said. I felt a sense of relief and a lot of quiet peace. We were ready to move my arm for the first time. Movement is the best way to heal a sleeping muscle. I took a deep breath and prepared for the exercise. Elena stood by my side, ready to help me move. The 5th scene of my healing journey was done. Elena told me to stand with my feet apart and relaxed. She held my right elbow very gently with her hand. Move your arm in a small circle, Mark, she said. I moved it very slowly, feeling a little bit of pain. But the pain was not sharp, it was just a dull ache. The cooling cream was helping me to move more easily. We did 5 circles to the left and 5 to the right. I felt the muscle warming up and becoming softer. Very good, Mark, you're doing a great job. Her encouragement gave me a lot of mental strength. Then we did a slow stretch for my tight neck. I moved my head to the shoulder and stayed there. I felt a long stretch from my ear to my collarbone. It felt a bit strange, but also very, very good. The tension was slowly leaving my body like a cloud. Elena showed me how to use a soft rubber ball. I had to press the ball against the wall with my arm. This exercise makes the shoulder muscles much stronger. I did 10 repetitions, and I felt a bit of a burn. A good burn means the muscle is working and growing. My Pixar-style eyes were bright with real effort. I wore my green shirt, and I felt like an athlete. Elena watched my form to make sure it was perfect. If you do exercises wrongly, you can hurt yourself. But she was a great guide and a very careful observer. We finished the first set, and I took a short rest. I felt a lot of energy returning to my tired body. Exercise is like a recharge for a low battery. I asked Elena how often I should do these at home. 3 times a day for 10 minutes, she answered. 10 minutes is a short time for such a big benefit. I promised to make a schedule on my phone for this. We did one last stretch for the lower back area. I leaned forward and touched my knees with my hands. I could feel my whole spine opening up and relaxing. The therapy room was very peaceful and very quiet. I felt that I was finally on the road to recovery. Elena gave me a high five for my hard work today. We were both happy with the progress of the session. The 6th scene of my hospital day was finished. 3 days passed, and I followed all the instructions. I took my pills, used the cream, and did my exercises. I also slept 8 hours every night in my warm bed. This morning, I woke up and I felt no pain at all. I could move my shoulder in every direction freely. I felt like a new man, full of power and joy. I went back to the clinic for my final checkup. Dr. Elena saw me, and she smiled very broadly. "You look fantastic today, Mark," she exclaimed. I walked in her office with a very confident step. I wore my green shirt, and I felt very handsome. Elena asked me to show her my range of motion. I raised my arm high above my curly black head. I did a full circle without any stiffness or ache. It was a complete success and a very happy moment. Elena checked my shoulder one last time with her hands. The muscle was soft and relaxed, not hard like a stone. Your body responded very well to the treatment. I thanked her for her help and her great expertise. She said that I did the hard work by being disciplined. A doctor can only show the way, but the patient walks. I felt a sense of pride in my own self-discipline. We sat down to discuss my future health and lifestyle. I didn't want the pain to return in a few months. Elena told me that I need to be active every day. Walking, swimming, or cycling are great for the back. I chose swimming because I love the cool blue water. The clinic was bright with the afternoon sunshine. My Pixar-style face was glowing with health and life. I felt that I learned a very important lesson this week. Health is the most valuable thing that we possess. We must protect it and care for it with great love. Elena gave me a small sticker for my brave behavior. It was a joke, but it made me laugh very loudly. She is a doctor with a wonderful sense of humor. I felt that we became good friends during this time. I was ready to leave the hospital and start my day. But first, I needed her final advice for the future. The seventh scene of my story was a happy triumph. I was free from pain and ready for the world. Elena handed me a colorful brochure about healthy backs. It had many drawings of good and bad office chairs. She told me to take a break every hour at my work. Stand up, stretch, and walk for 2 minutes, she said. This simple habit can prevent many future problems. I promised to set a timer on my office computer. We talked about the importance of a balanced diet too. More vegetables, less sugar, and enough healthy protein. My blue eyes were reading the brochure with interest. I felt that I had a new blueprint for my daily life. Elena stood up to walk me to the clinic exit door. The hallway was full of golden light from the sunset. The atmosphere was very warm and very heartwarming. I saw other patients who looked hopeful and happy too. Elena shook my hand and wished me a wonderful life. "Stay active and stay happy, Mark," she said kindly. I thanked her one last time for her incredible care. I walked out of the hospital into the fresh evening air. The sky was a beautiful mix of pink and deep orange. I took a deep breath of the cool, clean city air. My shoulder felt strong and my heart felt very light. I decided to walk home instead of taking a noisy bus. Walking is a simple exercise that I could do every day. My black curly hair moved gently in the light wind. I felt like a hero in a beautiful Pixar 3D movie. Every step was a celebration of my healthy body. I thought about the swimming pool near my apartment. I will go there tomorrow morning to start my new hobby. Swimming will make my back muscles strong and flexible. I arrived at my home, feeling energized and very content. I looked at the brochure one more time before dinner. My new life started today, a life without chronic pain. I am Mark, and I am a healthy and happy man today. Thank you for listening to my story about the doctor. I hope you also care for your body and your health. What does it hurt? Hopefully, nowhere at all for you. The night was calm and full of bright, shining stars. I went to bed early to get my 8 hours of sleep. Tomorrow is a new day, and I am ready for anything. This is the happy end of my medical adventure story.
Leave a comment under this video and one of you will get 40 English lessons for free.